Hey, welcome to SiXFramesPodcast.
Yay.
What is this, episode 9 now?
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, we're still trucking along here. Soon we'll be in the double digits. So this is a podcast where we talk about video games, anime, movies, and how to join a cult.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I don't know, I got nothing.
I thought you were going to hit me with something.
I know. I don't got nothing.
We got nothing.
Alrighty. So on today's podcast, we have, starting off, Jamal.
Cleo.
Oh, Kevin.
We got Lampuru.
And Alexis.
Alrighty. We got a small group today. It's not our usual 20 people, but it'll do. It'll suffice.
25 people.
25 people, that's right.
Keep them guessing. This cult is growing.
The cult is growing. We're getting larger and larger by the second. Alright, so let's jump into it. First topic, Punisher Season 2 trailer debuted. And it looks amazing. And I don't know, I just want to say, like, it just sucks because you know that, like, this may be it for all the Marvel shows that were on Netflix.
Yep.
And I guess whatever contract or things they had set in place, they had to go ahead and film this one and push it through. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if they want to, depending on the success of it, maybe Disney and Netflix can come to an agreement. No, not likely. Mickey ain't having that.
Nope.
Mickey's like, fuck that. I want all my shit.
Mickey's like, no, Punisher's too hardcore, man.
Yeah,
Too
there's
hardcore,
no
man.
way Disney's
Shut them
gonna
down.
put the Punisher on their streaming service.
Yeah,
They're gonna have him like throw little hot dogs at people.
what? That's gonna be his gun. He's gonna
PG-13.
shoot hot dogs at his
Nerf guns.
diving and shooting water guns and Nerf guns.
Probably gonna be a family-friendly movie
Or
or TV shows.
Well, I know in the series there should be some cameos from the other shows. I think when I was looking it up, I think Luke Cage is probably going to pop up in there, and we'll probably see some of the Daredevil characters. So we'll probably see Karen, because remember her and Punisher,
Karen
Castle, Frank
Mm-hmm.
Castle. They had a little thing going on where they were talking, and she was trying to like keep him from that path of going dark.
Is their cameo gonna be like the Dark Knight, the last one, when Bruce Wayne supposedly died, and then Alfred goes to the little cafe shop in Europe,
and they're all sitting there.
and they're like, "Hey, how?"
They're all just winking at each other.
Wink.
We're still alive.
We're still alive. Wink.
What'd you want to say, Lance?
I mean, is that like their way of like trying to keep the other shows, like the main characters from the other shows or the cast from the other shows, like, you know, Luke Cage or Jessica Jones and all that, from like, you know, disappearing forever?
No,
for
I
that
don't
2
think so.
years.
No, I mean, well, because all their stories kind of intertwine anyway. So if you watch each one of their own seasons, like each person kind of plays a role, because it's all based out of New York, but each
All their
person, they all have their own like borough that they're in New York. So like depending on where they're at, kind of shows like their part of the story. So like Luke Cage is up in Harlem. Daredevil's over in Hell's Kitchen area and stuff like that. So, and I forgot where Jessica Jones is. I have to go back. I think she's in Queens or something, or Manhattan. I don't know. But yeah, so all their stories tie in together, some way, shape, or form. They all affect one another. Yeah.
Except for Spider-Man, he's not in it.
Yeah, no Spider-Man. Disney ain't letting that one go. They got to fight with Sony on that. But just based off the trailer, they showed some cool action scenes. So we're going to get a lot of blood, a lot of killing, a lot more guns.
The usual.
As expected with the Punisher. He's going to be lighting it up.
Yep.
They showed one of the main villains from the Punisher storyline, Jigsaw. He's going to be in it. What's his character's name again? I forget.
Billy Russo. I forgot.
Billy Russo.
Yes.
But now in the story, isn't he part of the mob or something?
Yeah.
Or the mafia or whatever?
Yeah. In this one, they change him. He's more like part of the military. He was Punisher's friend.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like best friends, and then he's the one who killed his family.
Gotcha. Kind of like brothers in arms.
Yeah.
And then he turned because the government, whatever, made him kill his family. And you remember that from the first, because you saw Punisher first season, right?
Yes.
How did you like it? Why you look at me?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It looks good. Very, very Punisher-esque. I'm excited to see Well, who's the girl that they brought in? She's just a new character, right? She wasn't in the first season.
No, she wasn't in the first season.
So I guess it's just somebody who also had her family killed, which the Punisher did. Lamb, since you didn't see it, people killed his family. Now he's punishing them. He punishes bad people.
Now I'm starting to make sense why they call him the Punisher.
Yeah.
Floriana Lima.
No mercy.
That's her, right? Floriana Lima.
Was that her?
But she had like curly hair in the trailer, I think.
Hair,
yeah, Floriana Lima.
And what's the music they used for it? Music for the trailer?
The song that they put in the trailer? I think Miles.
Was it Alice
Miles put it in there.
Yeah, it was
Alice. Yeah, Alice
in Chains. So badass. He was like, bah, 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 bah.
That's exactly how the guns sound.
And when he goes, kid, I'm not the one that dies. I do the killing. Yeah. I shouldn't be rooting for this, but yeah. It's so good.
That's the first time I've ever seen you hype for something.
What?
That doesn't have a cat in it.
Okay, so the chick that's going to be in it, because I was looking it up, Floriana Lima, she's going to play Krista Dumont. So she's the psychotherapist for like people who come back from the military and suffer from post-traumatic stress, PTSD. And so I guess that's how she plays a role. So she's the one that'll probably be like analyzing Frank Castle. And
but didn't he in the
Billy
first
Russo.
season already doing that, talking to people about
what he went through?
Yeah.
And yeah, he found people that kind of could relate to him. But I guess she's going to be like the official medical help that he needs, because he is fucked up. I mean, you just can't run around and kill people and be okay with that. Something's got to be a little bit wrong with you.
Yeah, because
I'm doing justice.
Yeah, I'm doing the Lord's work.
Because at the ending of the first season, he's like, he did what he accomplished, and he's like, no more punishing, I'm done. You know, and that's it. The end.
Right.
So now I'm punishing people.
Now he's back.
Yeah.
No, I'm back.
We have to see what happened there.
Yeah, see why.
So wait, is this girl gonna play the kid that he's with, the younger girl, or he's gonna play the lady?
Oh, the younger girl.
He gets with.
I don't know who
in the trailer.
I think the young girl is like in any other Punisher show.
So that's the lady, I guess, that he
so like the Logan Paul. I said
Logan Paul.
I meant to say Logan route.
Oh, the Logan? I mean, no, because like sometimes Punisher will find like a junkie girl or like a lost girl, be like, what are you doing? Don't do this drugs.
Right, yeah, get your life together.
Yeah,
and then he kills all the drug dealers and pimps.
Yeah, but that she has like a role in it too, because she's like on the ride with them, you know, like going on an adventure, killing spree.
Well, she's not gonna do the killing.
She's gonna be
that. Who knows?
She might. Hey, she's got the same.
She got a motivation
thing going on. Yeah, she has the motivation to kill these people.
She has a reason.
I'm sure she will.
I don't think Punisher will allow it. Be like, hey,
I got this.
Right, I do.
It'll be that kind of story if that's the case. But she looks like
Punisherina.
What you say? Punisherina. Oh my gosh.
I dug deep.
Punisherina.
I'm ready.
Maybe he's protecting her.
I don't think that works. I don't think that's how it works.
I don't know. She seems to.
She looks capable.
Yeah, she looks capable.
He'll
probably try to protect her. Though,
yeah.
Because, he does enjoy killing people that deserve it. But at the same time, he has another side where he does protect people who he feels like deserve.
Karen.
Like Karen. Yeah. I'm sure she'll be in it. Yeah. She'll definitely show up.
Yeah, Karen to be, and I've seen pictures and like the posts and stuff online, and she was saying that she's gonna make her cameo.
Yeah.
She'll do a cry face.
Hey, leave her alone. She's been through a lot, okay?
It's been her fault.
Well, anyway, so kind of going back on the little cult joke that we were making, I know the main bad guy that's going to be in this is going to be John Pilgrim. So he's kind of like this like Christian cult leader type vibe.
Yeah, he's
extremist. More like
you're gonna hear brother all the time.
Right, yeah. So
Brother Lamb, please tell us the word.
I guess they're gonna tie that into the story. And in the trailer you see like the priest, so I'm guessing that's gonna be John Pilgrim that we'll see. And whoever his followers are that are gonna be with him. And that'll probably like intertwine with what Frank Castle's trying to do as far as, him and Billy Russo going at it, and this guy kind of stepping in.
So it's going to be like two separate
separate. Yeah. And that's usually how they do it. It's always more than one bad guy in the show. It kind of gives it some more depth and complexity. So it's just not me versus you. It's like me versus you, but then there's this other person creeping up, and I can't forget about those people in the background that I hadn't even got a chance to get to.
Let me get on my list.
Let me go down the list here. So yeah, I think it'll make for a good season. Definitely.
I mean, I hope it doesn't end in a cliffhanger like Luke Cage.
And now we know we ain't getting it back, right? So that depends on the writing too. Then how they're gonna wrap it up, and maybe they'll decide if they're gonna keep it going or they just kind of leave it open ended to see.
They canceled everything else.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna happen. We know Punisher's gonna fall in that list. We'll just take it for what it's worth. Enjoy it while we can.
Single
Teardrop. Now, are they going to pull all the other shows from Netflix too? Or are they just going to leave?
No, they're going to leave it. That's their stuff.
That's their stuff. Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
But they're just not going to create any more content.
Yeah.
Right.
For at least 2 years.
Exactly. And then I guess it depends on what Disney decides on.
I wouldn't even look forward to something like Disney decides. I wouldn't even want to see what Disney does with the canceled shows. I feel like it would be like lame.
Yeah. That's what happens when you let big corporations monopolize everything.
They're gonna like Disney-fy it and start throwing in little Marvel jokes and I don't know.
Punisher's gonna be singing and dancing.
Yeah.
He's gonna talk about when he was a young boy.
He's like, when I was a young boy, people fall. Pick a gun.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. They're all gonna have musicals. You're gonna see Daredevil blind swinging through the rose bushes. Talking about how he can smell all the senses, how beautiful the world is now.
I can smell.
I don't need eyes to see. And he just dancing.
He grabs his cane and just goes.
He grabs his cane and starts dancing.
Starts
twirling. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I ain't even talking about Luke Cage.
They're gonna make him Irvin, so he's gonna rap.
If I'm being real, I think I might want to see that. If I'm being real, it sounds real interesting right now.
Yeah, now we don't put it out there. Now it sounds like it's worth a watch.
Let's go to a parallel universe where they have that.
Alright, so all in all, Punisher Season 2 looks good.
Yeah, I'm actually go and watch the first season.
The first season? Yeah, watch it so you can catch up, so you kind of get an idea of what's happening. And watch Daredevil.
That's backburner.
Like Daredevil's good show.
Yeah, it is. You have to see it. What about you, Clea? Anything you wanted to throw in on the?
Yeah, I mean, just like everybody else, I'm pretty excited for the show. And my only problem is that Jigsaw doesn't look as
Jigsaw-ish.
Yeah.
Jigsaw-ish.
He looked like a Jenkins.
What? A Jenkins, not a Jigsaw.
Jenkins.
So you know what they're gonna do? They're probably gonna fuck up his face even more, and then cliffhanger.
Like more surgery and mess his face up. Because that kind of plays on his psyche too. That his face is all mangled.
Yeah.
So it kind of he has like this split like personality.
But he looks fine.
Broken. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he looks normal. Just has like a few scars on his face.
The surgeons did their job. They fixed him up.
Yeah.
Unless that's what they want us to think. Maybe like down the road they're gonna like peel off his face and show what he really looks like.
What?
I don't know.
Man, she's like talking some Breaking Bad shit right now.
Yeah, peel off his face.
That's what happened when we were watching.
Because like if you see like the first season, like he was badly damaged. There's no way that he would have looked like that now.
Right, that's true.
So I was thinking that maybe he put something on to kind of cover everything else, and maybe like towards the
makeup.
end.
Every
maybe
morning.
Like towards the end,
Some
you
foundation.
see like his real face after all that. I don't know.
You're beautiful. Look in the mirror. You're beautiful. You're always beautiful.
And then you wash it off. Like, I'm a monster. Look at me.
He takes the lipstick and rubs it around. You whore.
I always hate you.
You're worthless. Yeah, Punisher Season 2. I mean, that's the plot, y'all. We figured it out. That's how it's going to end. Alright, the hype is there. We're going to watch it. Can't wait. What's the date? When does it come out?
January
18, 17?
Yeah, another week.
I think it's the 18th.
Another week or so? Another week, yeah. By next week, it should be out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely going to watch it. And by next time we do our next show, we'll be ready to talk about it. We'll confirm all the theories that we just threw out.
Confirm the theory.
I'm a whore.
Dirty. All right, next. Since we're on Netflix and shows, we just recently watched the Black Mirror. Played and watched the interactive Black Mirror movie. So this is something new that, the team from Black Mirror that did the series and I guess Netflix are doing. Well, they'll give you choices, you kind of pick and choose, and it'll lead you down, a path. Choice A take you to choice C, or choice D takes you to choice F, but you can go back and choose
or
choice
D
B.
takes you back to choice A.
Right, yeah.
Sort of new concept for the streaming service.
Mm-hmm.
Not a new concept.
Yeah, right.
It's been done before.
It's been done before.
Like the Mark Hamill video game, where it's like a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's stuff that's been like that, yeah.
Dragon Slayer.
The Dragon Slayer, yeah, so those type of movie interactive games. But yeah, so overall, I don't know, what do you guys think about the Black Mirror movie?
Trippy.
This is the man who picked all the choices.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear Lamp. Lamp, since you're fresh off of it, we saw it
we were all fresh
weeks
off
ago.
of it. So
we'll go down the line here. I'll start with you.
It's well done in a way that's really entertaining.
Okay.
To this time, it still feels confusing because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be meta. I'm not sure if it's all a dream. I'm not sure if it's the live action portion. I'm not sure if it's really happening. I'm not sure if it's just a story. Nothing is real. I do enjoy the meta parts though. I really do. When he's like, "Who are you?
Give me a sign.
Give me a sign. Who are you?" It's choose the sign or choose Netflix. It's sometimes you have to be ballsy and just go with whatever makes you laugh. That's right. That's all the choices I've made.
Netflix? What is that?
What's Netflix? It's a fun little game they added to Netflix. I hope they do more in the future.
No, actually, they're gonna plan on doing more. They're doing a lot of their series. They're gonna have those little
for Black Mirror. Okay.
Oh, they did that for this little animated cartoon they have with the puppets and they drive cars. It's called Smash something. I think. I wish Miles was here because he watched that show. But they actually are reformatting it for kids so they could have they could touch with the tablets.
Yeah. Okay, and the iPad.
I see.
Okay.
Well, I was just hoping to get a little bit more creative, if anything, tackle more different varieties and genres, just not stay in the horror aspect, go romance if you want to, go action adventure, go crime series, mystery, all that stuff. That'll be fun.
But that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. But they already dipped their toe in it. They're already aware of how it works, and they could just start adding more over time.
Interactive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I have a question to ask. Do any of you guys understand what went on?
No.
I don't think
you gotta explain it to me. I want to understand.
I think that was my main issue with it though, that I felt like you went so many different ways, and each way you went, you found out something different. But when you go back and then go a different way, what you learned in the other path has nothing to do with this one. Yeah. So it's confusing. It's what is real? You know what I mean?
But that's the So here's the thing, right? And I don't know if, and I could be wrong, but this is just my theory, and I think this is I probably am wrong. But so when you get to the end, right? When you get the I guess the true ending or whatever, when the lady's programming and she's on her desk. So for anybody who hasn't watched it yet, towards the end when you make all the right decisions, it kind of comes to present time, and she's talking about the game and how she wants to bring it back. And I don't know if you noticed, but on her computer she was playing the Netflix series that we just watched, Bandersnatch. Mm-hmm. And so I think she's the programmer that's kind of doing it and setting the game up. And so the whole movie that you watched is the game that she created. So we're playing that game that she made. And she was going in the system and updating it and trying to figure out where the next decision was going to go. Mm-hmm. And then I think, I don't know, something weird happened and it made it break the fucking screen or whatever, because she got stuck and she didn't know what else to do with it, and that's just where it stops. It ends there.
You chose her,
right? You chose her to do it, and she's like, because she got towards the end and she's like, what happens? What happens next? This is it. Like, I've got to this point. Now I don't know what else to do. And then she's like, bam, it just breaks the fucking screen. That's kind of like what I thought from. I was like, oh, okay, we're playing the game that she created.
See, that makes sense. But at the same time, that's a bit disappointing because I wanted to like know his story and like his conclusion. I mean, we did get his conclusion, but like the whole Pac-Man thing, the whole mother issue, the whole behind-the-scenes camera thing that had that alternate ending. I just want to know which one was like the actual.
I think the actual real is him. I think, like I said before, like the whole game, I'll just call it a game. The whole game is pretty much trying to make him complete the game and give him 5 stars. 5 stars. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing.
I think, that's kind of the goal.
Because when you lose, it always goes back to the guy going like, oh shit, the shit game, they didn't finish it on time.
Yeah, 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. 0 out of 5.
Right, yes.
So the whole goal was to him finishing the game.
The whole game.
How? That's the journey. That's the journey of the whole movie.
Exactly.
Like, he discovered some shit. He killed some people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There you go.
But I think that was the point of it too. Like, I wish it would have committed to the decisions I made. Like, if I in the beginning, if I accepted their offer, I wanted to see what would have happened from there, and not just jump straight to the end where the game fails. But it takes you back, and you have to refuse the offer. And there's just a lot of decisions in the game where if you don't pick it, you have to go back and start again. But they kind of hint that that's kind of the theme, because they say, he says in one part that he made Bandersnatch, and the player thinks that they're making all the choices, but in reality there's one ending that I choose. So it's kind of like that's what they did with the movie, because there's one ending that the creators chose, but you think that you're making the choices to get there.
Well, I think that's the limitations of the movie part.
Yeah.
Because if it was a video game, they'll have multiple endings.
Right. Yeah. We'd be there.
But since this is a movie, and it's like a minute, right? If you put the whole thing together, you don't mess it up. It's like an hour,
Right.
Yeah.
So for them, I guess they just don't want to put extra endings. So they just know there's one path. There's always going to be one path.
Right, yeah.
But,
and he says that too. He's like, I gave them too many choices. So I had to take a lot out of it. Because so I could control the outcome and what the true ending is going to be.
Yeah. Funny enough, that actually sounds meta too. Like, that's actually like probably like their process.
Yeah.
They probably did add a lot of endings too.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we can't do that. We got to scratch them off.
Let's do it this way and see how it goes.
I mean, that makes sense. I just still want to like know like the... All right, it just makes sense. All right,
you're just reading too much into it.
You get way
you're becoming the character.
I tried like I treated it as a game more than a movie.
Yeah.
But I guess you guys are right. Like it's a movie. In the end of the day, it's a movie. It's not a video game. If it's a video game, they'll have like way more endings. It'll actually like it's like what's that game called?
Which one?
Romance Dawn. Breaking Dawn.
Until
Dawn. Romance Dawn. Breaking Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Yeah.
So I guess
Telltale.
like,
yeah, any type of Telltale game, pretty much. Right. Make decisions and kind of go along with the choice you make.
But I guess they don't have that capacity to do that in a movie.
Yet.
Yet. But I think they could.
That'd be kind of heavy. They would have to download something. Like a file, like downloading the game just to watch the movie. You would have to download it to play it, so to hold the memory. That's a lot to be streaming.
Yeah,
to make you go back and forth.
Is that what? How much is an hour movie? Compressed files, like a lot. I don't know. It has to be a lot,
right? Close to a gig.
Because we've done like 50 seconds, 50 minutes of movies, and those things.
Yeah, those files are pretty big, right?
Like 40 to 50 gigs.
Hell, how big is the file when you compress the podcast? For 2 hours, I'm sure it's pretty big, right?
Yeah.
With the audio and the video, once you render it for the YouTube. So you can imagine something like that. Yeah, you would have to download that.
Netflix separately has a lot of stuff on it. They can make space.
delete everything.
Delete all that.
Delete all the extra shows. Ain't nobody watching. What is this Korean soap opera?
Okay, hold on. Well, not the Korean soap opera. The Korean movies. Keep that. They're pretty interesting.
Oh, you need the soap operas? Movies they get rid, not the soap operas.
No, opposite.
What they could do is like for Black Mirror, they could have their own little, just have it online, and then they can put how many hours, and they could have
but
multiple.
that would probably require like a whole different service itself, wouldn't it?
No, I mean you probably just sign in with your Netflix account, and that's it. You watch, you play the game.
Right? You know? Yeah. I don't know. Who knows? Right? There's some ideas just being thrown around that they can kind of play around with and mess with. And I don't know if you guys even watched the Black Mirror series, like any of the episodes.
I only watched one of them.
You should. If you like this, you would love the series.
This movie is nothing compared to the episodes. No, for real. Like,
for real.
It's such a good show.
Yeah, it is.
Like the stuff they come up with. And the thing is, you don't have to start from the beginning.
Nope.
So every story is different. You can just read through, pick which one you think sounds interesting, and watch it.
Yeah.
It's the modern Twilight Zone.
So
yeah, that's exactly what it is. The modern day Twilight Zone.
It's depressing.
Yeah, because it's always a bad ending. No matter what the 9 times out of 10.
Good one.
I think that's the difference.
The Tinder one.
The Tinder with the girl?
With Tessa Thompson. She was in it.
What happened on the end of that one? I don't even remember.
It was happy. I'm not going to say it because he can watch it.
Oh,
and the one with the lesbian couple, that one was happy too.
Yeah, you're right. That one was happy.
That's it.
I guess that's what it is. I think the difference between like, you know, we're cutting ahead, but from like Twilight Zone and Black Mirror is that Twilight Zone is giving you a more moral, human understanding, and this one's giving you like the sad, like what if technology, this.
Yeah, that's pretty much what most of their stories are. It all revolves around technology and how it can control you and take over, and you know, don't let it take you down. You're right.
Paranoid.
You are paranoid.
I would finish an episode of Black Mirror and go to my room and like just stare at the ceiling.
Jesus.
I'm y'all watching
mad depressing. It's really depressing.
What about you, Clea? Did you watch any of the?
Well, I actually started watching one of the episodes.
Yeah, she saw the first episode because we tried to do it on Apple TV.
Wait, was it the first one or was it the third one?
It was the first episode.
Was it?
Oh no.
With the bug.
With the pig.
With the
Oh no.
Don't
watch that one first.
No, it was the one with the guy with the video camera or something. Like somebody recorded him. And
the ones that they record their memories.
No, wait.
No,
the one where he was on the laptop and somebody was messaging him.
Yeah, that one.
And they're like, "We know what you did. You have to go do this." Yeah. Or this is gonna happen.
That wasn't season 1 though. That was like season 3.
Was it?
Yes.
That was probably season 3.
Oh, okay, so that's
that story.
That was crazy.
That story fucked me up.
That fucked me up.
At the end, I was like,
Man, we should watch one after the podcast. Let's watch one.
All right.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should watch that one after we're done recording.
They're so good.
That one fucked me up.
I'm afraid of that one more though.
Nah, so you gotta watch that one. You be like, what? And the dude's like messaging him like, "Oh, go do this, or else I'm gonna do this."
So crazy.
And he's like, "Oh, he has to do it." But the ending is the crazy part though. That's the whole fucked up part about it.
Oh boy.
But how did you like the movie though, Clea?
Ooh, I really actually loved the movie itself. Like, I thought it was like super trippy, but I kind of like, I'm gonna sound like really trippy myself and philosophical, but like, I feel like it kind of plays into the whole, you know how people say, oh, do you really have free will in real life? I feel like that kind of like plays into it. Because remember, I mean, no matter what choice you make, there's only one ending. So it kind of gives you the idea in real life, do we really have choices in our own life, or we only have like a set, you know, ending?
Right.
Like, do you know
destiny?
Does that make like destiny?
It makes sense, but you're scaring me now.
No, but it kind of like that's the first thing that came to my head though.
Right?
It's coming true.
It's coming true. Prophesize the word.
Nah, I wish I never prophesied this.
But yeah, no, that's definitely thought provoking. When you put it in the larger spectrum of things.
Yeah, and like every choice you make, it's like it opens up a different reality. Kind of like if we make a choice, you go to a different path.
Exactly.
Like the butterfly effect.
Yeah, it goes to that whole butterfly.
Well, more comprehensive.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go back in time and change something. You kill a butterfly and it causes a tsunami in Japan. Type.
Oh, that was another thing in the movie when he went back, like in the first one, when he accepted the offer originally and went back and met Colin again. He's like, "Oh, haven't we met before? What does that mean?"
Yeah, that was kind of weird too.
Weird,
like,
right?
how is he aware?
I think he probably remembers the choices. Maybe.
I mean, but
do the other parallel, like, do the other universes like Or are they different? Like
they're aware.
Like a deja vu
aware
type
of each
thing?
other?
Maybe.
It's like a deja vu effect. At least
that's why.
maybe.
Yeah, that's the concept of deja vu.
But like the thing is, like the way he responded though.
Yeah,
but the way he responded though, like he responded like with ease.
But
like,
now here's the thing. Here's the thing with Colin,
like he back traveled, like time traveled and went back and like relived everything. That's what I thought the movie was going with it at first. Like,
right. And every time they interacted, they kept saying this and this and that, kind of like, yeah.
But then they kind of dropped it towards the middle end.
But it was only when he wasn't interacting with Colin.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to say. I think Colin kind of like, I don't know. I think he's aware because he does a lot of trippy drugs. Oh. So maybe that's why. Because, they say you do like acid and all types of shit. You see things and hear things. So maybe that's why, since he does like heavy drugs and listens to music. And he has his own little thing that him and his wife does. And so that probably remember, there's a part where you make a decision with him. And he's like, all right, see you on the other side. Jumps.
and that's the funny thing too. Like, I like that part.
Because he knew. He's like, I'll be back. I'll see you. He's like, oh, okay.
And not just that. Like, he knew that part will happen, whenever you pick. But you're going to pick him to do what he did. Yeah. So you know when that happened because you see him when you open his, when you go into the apartment, he's like, hey, look, my son, the thing I left behind. Like, oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah,
you leave you really thought that they were gonna make you fling the baby off.
I know, I was ready to eat that baby out the window.
Wow, get out of here! Don't throw the baby.
My legacy.
If I had a decision,
not in my control.
Am I jumping or is this baby flying?
No, it's more like a clue. Like, hey, my legacy. What does that mean? You find out.
Right, exactly.
You pick the right choice. But you know what's funny? When I first watched it, I woke up this early in the morning, and I was like looking into it, and then when they go to that scene about when he has to choose whether to say yes or no to the job, I saw Colin's face. I was like, oh, he wants me to say no. I'm gonna say yes to see where it goes. I don't care.
Yeah, and you see what happens.
Yeah,
and they rush it. It's not complete because he's trying to. The whole gist is like we were saying earlier. You have to complete Bandersnatch, the game that he's creating off of the book that he read. Yeah. And I guess it was like his mom's favorite book or something like that.
Yeah, his mom's favorite book.
And so he's like,
I want to make... Because I don't even know if that's his real mom.
Who knows anymore, right?
Who knows?
All of it's made up.
It's all staged.
Yeah, it's all staged.
I don't know anymore. That's what I want. Oh, fuck. Yeah. But the thing is, like, this whole movie/game thing, like, the whole concept itself, including Collins himself, I'm not sure if you guys played the game. I know you guys heard of it, Undertale.
Yes.
And like the new one that Toby Fox came out with Deltarune, I know that's like off track, but it actually relates to this because both Collins and Sans, they both had this sort of like knowing that like what's going to happen in the future, what happened in the past, or what goes on in the true reality of everything. Like it plays in like a dimension altering. They both play like some kind of deity of some sort. Like they're both aware of like, oh, all right, so this is going to happen, that's going to happen, I do this is going to happen, I do that, I prevent this, so I can do that, this is going to happen. It's like, it just reminded, like, throughout the whole movie, it just reminded me of Undertale and Deltarune. And, like, Deltarune, too, like, it had that whole theme of, like, you don't have a choice, because Undertale was whole choice of, like, you spare the enemy, you kill the enemy. But in Deltarune, in the demo that he came out with, it's about how there's, like, no choices, because even if you choose to, like, kill the enemies, they'll still be alive. If you choose to spare the enemy, they'll still be alive. So it's like, you don't really have a choice. And you're not really given the choice like in Undertale. So, both, Black Mirror's, what's it called again?
Bandersnatch.
I was about to say bandana.
Bandana, man. Snatch your bandana.
Swap it a fox style. But yeah, so like throughout the whole thing, it just reminded me of like Undertale, like the whole idea and concept of Undertale and Deltarune. Just thought I'd like throw that out there.
Okay, yeah, no, it's cool. Kind of show the relation between that and something else. But yeah, most definitely, it was cool. I liked it. I thought it was a cool idea that they were kind of going with, and Black Mirror's always been pretty like graphic if you watch the series, so they didn't hold back at all in the movie, which is great too. but not to get too philosophical like Cleo over here.
The cult leader.
Are we the reality that we see?
Who's making our decisions? Who's playing my reality? Looking through my eyes.
We're the real life Truman Show.
Right, the real life Truman Show. But yeah, it was cool. I'm looking forward to see what other projects they throw together. You know, maybe they'll make something where you make a decision, you stick with it all the way to the end, see it all the way through at the end.
That's what I want to see.
You're like, damn, now I gotta watch the movie all over again just to go a different path.
And I don't mind that, honestly. They'll get a lot of watch time, too.
Yeah, that's true, too. They'll get a lot of watch time.
But how long would that movie be, though?
That's another thing, too. They have to find a fine balance.
2-hour movie?
Nah, maybe like an hour and 40.
Hour and 40?
Yes, that's fair.
But if they're going to go and commit with the decisions, it might be a little longer.
Well, that's overall, like the whole movie overall.
Yeah, we're talking about the whole movie overall.
So like when you make a decision, like it'll just continue on from there. So you don't like go back.
Yeah, you don't have to keep. You can't go back. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It'll just play out to the end.
So like some endings will be like an hour 40, or some ending will be like 20 minutes. But like no.
Yes.
Roll credits. Alright, he ain't picked nothing. You done.
The next movie is a child, and you go with him until he grows up. You decide his life.
You decide his fate. You pick everything for him and how he turns out.
Will you go to college? No. It's basically what Rick and Morty did.
Yeah, Rick and Morty. What was that game they played on Rick and Morty? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
When he becomes the guy.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
What's that game called?
Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank.
And he becomes a football star, and then he got a family, and he has a carpet.
And he works at the store, and he falls off the ladder.
And Rick is like, you pick carpet store?
Now I have to look it up.
Yeah, I forgot.
He died like falling off a ladder or something.
Yeah, because he got a heart attack. He suffered a heart attack.
Yeah, he suffered a heart attack. He had a second chance at life, and he went back to the store. He's like, really? That's what you wasted it on? I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, something like that.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's your favorite decision throughout the movie?
Fighting the therapist. For sure. I'm sorry. When she took out those ninja sticks, that was
so stupid.
That was so funny.
Roy, that's the name of the game. Roy.
Yeah.
That was a game they played. Roy, a life well lived. My favorite decision would be, the fighting one's funny. That one was funny. That and probably the path you take to when you like go after your dad, and then you have to like get rid of the body, and you have to decide what to do with the body. Either you're gonna bury it or chop it up. I'm sorry. Either you bury it or chop it up. And he has to kind of like go through with the motion. He's like, man, this is crazy.
My favorite one's where he talks to the computer like, who are you?
That's my favorite.
And the answers pop up. Yeah, I like the Netflix. What's net? I don't understand. What are you? And it's like, do you describe?
Yeah, I described it. All right, so tell you how the lowdown is. It's a futuristic.
Yeah, it's funny because when he picked that and it says to explain more, I was like, that's a choice that he would do.
We keep telling you about it.
Let me tell you about it.
It's like, what? I still don't get it. This is 1984. What the hell is a Netflix? What is streaming service? Internet's not even really a thing.
What's the internet? We know a computer, but what's the internet?
And then the therapist, Netflix. Is that a planet?
If you want it to be.
I remember after they fight, he's like, yeah, we messed you up real good, man. My friends from the future.
So good.
That's cool.
That's the next one. They should have also the letters, the words, like what you pick, and the left and right, like in video games. Those video game ones. So that way you could pick the choices, like time events.
Oh, like time. Gotcha. Quick time.
So they could add that with the different, whatever choices you have to pick. So that way.
But then you're full-fledged video game.
Might as well go in deep.
Bring back Telltale Studios.
Yeah.
Press A to karate chop.
Press A. Tap it. Hit your dad 50 times.
You might as well do that for a movie and see how that works.
What about you, Cleo?
I like the therapist scene.
Everybody like the therapist.
Exactly, because it's unexpected. She's like, "Oh, you want to make it interesting? Fuck yeah!" I just started fighting.
That's funny. The choice said, "Fuck yeah." Yeah.
I thought at first I thought they were gonna fuck. Like, what the fuck?
I know, right? Like, the music was all still like, whoa, okay, hold on, let me get interesting.
Where is this? Click, lock doors. I swear it's the movie.
The teeth is all
right in the face.
And the one you picked was jump out the window.
Jump out the window.
The non-existent window.
I was hoping for like he jumped
like
out
some
the
action
window.
scene,
Action star,
like
no. Last action hero.
I was expecting too much.
You were expecting some fault. Captain America
shit. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. We're gonna land with the shield in his hand, hit the street. All right. So overall, we enjoyed it. It was entertaining. Black Mirror the movie.
I don't know if we could give it
Bandersnatch.
Can we give it a rating? I don't know, because it's like...
We have to rate it like they do in the game. 0 to 5.
0 to 5.
Yeah, so
shit, we're going back. It's the wrong choice.
All right. So what do you give it, Alexis?
How entertained were you?
2.5. I wasn't that entertained. I think I woke up when the fight scene happened. I was honestly just really tired of going back.
Okay, so she gave it 2.5. You,
I'll give it a 3.
3.
Like, it was entertaining, but like you said, like the whole going back thing. I mean, I liked it more because like how meta it was and like how it like opened my eyes and all that stuff. Like, oh, this is crazy, but like it always goes back
right
to like, oh, it didn't happen. It's the path, and it's like, okay, it's just like it's not. If it was like stick with like most of the choices that I made, most likely a 4 or 5, but like I think a 3. It sounds like a good 3.
Good, solid 3. Okay,
yeah. I give it the same as him because what I like more was the fictional book, the Bandersnatch, and like the author, the creator. That was interesting.
That was interesting.
I was like, I want to explore that more.
Yeah.
Right, and how he like went crazy, went mad, and then the whatever that deity was.
Yeah, that his wife made up.
And and he started drawing the little symbols, and that part was interesting.
They should make like a Black Mirror episode on that.
Yeah, and just kind of build off of it.
Branch off and build off on that one.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. What about you?
3.5. I mean, I really enjoyed like the philosophical, trippy.
Gotcha.
I mean, of course, because I like all that
Who
stuff.
Who are we? Why do we exist?
I see so many.
Right now, am I somewhere?
Am I in a game?
I am a machine.
What is this? So yeah, looks like everybody's giving it 3, 2. I guess I'm saying 3. Solid 3. Like for me, it started out strong.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, where is this taking me? It's kind of cool. And then like once it got a little too repetitive with the, all right, now go back and choose this. All right, now go back and choose this. All right, now go back and choose. I was like, all right, goddamn. I guess no matter what I pick, you're gonna make me pick again until I take the path that you want me to take, like the guy said in the in the movie. So yeah, solid 3. But if they keep it going, I think they can get it better and better each time. Most definitely.
Well, next time they get a 3.1 from me.
All right, so done with the block of mirror. Next topic: Bungie and Activision. Divorce court. Dun, dun, dun.
They came. They were together for a number of years. One left Microsoft, and the other, didn't work out well with video game people.
So, I mean, the gist of this is they're just two companies kind of just going their separate ways, more or less. Bungie's taking their path and Activision on theirs. So, what do we read up on that?
Well, I read that the employees at Bungie, when they heard that they were splitting, they like popped champagne and they were cheering.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's confirmed, but like, there's no reason to not believe that.
That's liberation.
That's
liberation. That doesn't sound like divorce. That sounds like a liberation.
Bungie's very excited because they don't have. I guess now they can do whatever they want with Destiny, and they don't have those timelines that Activision was giving them. Like, oh, you have to come out with something new for Destiny every fall or every so months.
Because it's becoming like a company. Because it's a company and they want to do what they want.
Right. And Activision wanted to just, they wanted to... Destiny 2 wasn't making what they thought it would make. So I guess they were just trying to come out with more DLC or they were trying to monetize it. And I don't think Bungie wanted that, but Activision.
Mm-hmm. Right, $dollar.
So $dollar. So,
yeah, and they were publishing the game, so it's kind of like, all right, time constraint. When is Destiny coming out? I need it out now. I need it out for the holidays. We need the money. We need the loot. We need the.
Instead of making a video game.
Here's the goddamn game. Take it.
Without making a video game. Making a video game. They just say, we need this now.
Right, yeah, exactly. And they put so much into it, and then it's like, fuck. Now we have to cut all our like big ideas short because we need to go ahead and push it and get it out on the shelves.
And plus, they're not making other games because they want that to be their cash cow.
Right, exactly. That's supposed to kind of like fill the void for Halo, since Halo's, I guess done for now. Who knows if they want to try to revise it or whatever. But for the time being, Destiny was kind of stepping in to kind of fill that spot. And it just so far just hasn't been doing well. The sales have been.
But they gave the game out for free for PS Plus.
Yeah, I have it.
A few months. Me
we
too.
Played it.
Yeah, we played.
We played it. I unlocked the little scooter thing, and then after that, Spider-Man came out.
We
delete.
Delete. We're like, damn, who is taking up all my Destiny? Shit was taking up way too much memory. I was like, get the hell out of here.
I downloaded it because it's free. I didn't even play it. I just have it there.
Because free?
It was fun. It was fun.
It's fun. I mean, when you're playing with friends,
boring.
It does get boring because there's no real plot.
It's like the first one.
It's like it's like the first one. It's like legit. Like when we were playing it, we kept making like Star Wars jokes because it felt like you were fighting like Darth Vader in the Empire, and he was building this big ass Death Star to destroy everything. And we're like, damn, I've seen this before somewhere.
Even in the intro of the game, he like throws you out and you're falling. Like,
right, yeah, dramatic drop from the ship. He throws you from the ship. Right, and he has a little face mask thing too. He's this big Emperor-esque looking alien, bulky looking thing. I was like, all right, I see where this is going. So the game's not really based on story, more so like multiplayer and online interaction. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where Activision's foot on Bungie's neck is kind of like, all right, this is what we need. This is what's making money. Do it like this, so that way people can play online and buy shit and upgrade.
Yeah, that's what I was reading too. It was like, Destiny 2.
Pay to play.
Destiny 2 is just, like you need the DLC to really enjoy the game.
Yeah, because the DLC gives it the story that was supposed to be in it originally, but once again, throwing out games not complete.
Turning on that conveyor belt.
Yeah,
conveyor belt money.
Apparently, they have like a DLC within a DLC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we had to delete the game because
crazy.
Because it was 25, 21 gigs.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The DLC.
No, the whole game in general with the DLC.
With the DLC.
Because the DLC was like 5 gigs.
Was it?
Or 10, something like that. But it just created like almost 60 something.
Yeah, it was
like Grand Theft Auto was already hitting 70.
Yeah.
I think mine was. I think GTA was more than that.
Mine was like 90.
90?
Like 90 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty up there. It's a bulky game because of the online and all the other stuff and the graphics and stuff. But yeah, so congrats to Bungie. Now they get to be free, spread their wings.
Champagne? Let's pop
They get to work with whoever they want to work with and develop more. And they're keeping Destiny, right? From what I'm hearing, since that's their trademark.
So they
keeping the kid in the divorce.
Yeah, they're keeping
got
the kids.
full custody.
They got full custody of the kids in the divorce.
You got full custody, Bungie. Yeah!
Yay! We get to go with Mom.
Activision's like, don't worry, we got more kids. They stare at their 40-year-old son. What's it called? Tony Hawk. Pro skater.
Get back out here.
Get back out here.
I need you to go to work. I'm done. I'm retired. No, you're not. No, you're not. We need to bleed someone else out now for the time being. But yeah, besides that, any other big news with them in that case? I mean,
I don't think so. I think
it wasn't a messy divorce.
Right. It was just kind of quick and simple. It was just kind of bloop bloop. All right, we're out of here.
Do you guys anticipate the next Bungie project, if anything?
Yeah. Because they're out of the mind control of Activision.
Yeah.
Get out of the coat.
out of the cult.
They got away from the cult. They escaped. Now they can tell their story.
They write a new book.
They're gonna write a book. Bungie's gonna write a book on how
Activision touched me and how I left.
And how I left. Oh my goodness. How I left. Too funny. I mean, since we're already talking about video game companies, I just want to throw out the whole thing with Bethesda.
Again?
We're going back?
Might as well.
What are we
Since
doing with Bethesda now?
with the whole rum bottle that they were
cheap bottle
promising people, and they were just, oh my goodness.
That bottle looks so cool too.
It did, like the bag, like the canvas bag that looked cool.
But
then when you open the box and you're like, "Where's the item I ordered?" And you throw the trash out, and you're still looking.
One Budweiser bottle with
some little,
like a Staples sticker over it.
They hot glue it. They hot glue everything.
They put the little pieces on it to make it look like a makeshift rocket, and you open it, it falls off.
It's like,
it's like how you get the knockoff toys from the dollar store. You don't get the Power Rangers, you get the
Sir Ranger.
Except you don't pay $80 for the knockoffs.
Yeah, that's true too. You don't pay $80 for the knockoff like they did with this. They just been fucking these fans over time and time again. I mean, what's gonna happen now is just people are just gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm just not buying nothing else from Bethesda."
I hope that's the case.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, because they need to suffer. They need to fill it, especially in their pockets. That's the only way you can hurt these big companies. They just have to fill it in the pockets.
Especially when Elder Scrolls comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
Hopefully, I don't know about them, but hopefully they understand what they're doing was wrong. And then when the Elder Scrolls comes out, nobody buys it.
Right, to kind of let them kind of feel it.
Yeah, feel like, oh, we did bad.
Our fans are really pissed at us.
Yep.
It's
really
funny
pissed at us.
because it could go two ways. It could go, oh man, we feel bad, man. We should up our game and make up for it next time. Or it could go, all right, they don't like Skyrim no more. Cancel.
Yeah,
they could do that.
They could do that. So they could be selfish. They could be like, oh no, they don't want this game anymore. We just continue on. We ain't doing nothing wrong, guys. We're just making video games.
Nah, they can't do that. They gotta listen to the fans. That's the problem with these companies.
I mean, go.
Stop running to the gold rush. Because you see games like fucking
Street Fighter.
Not Street Fighter. What's the multiplayer battle royal?
Fortnite.
Like stuff like that. Because it's not really a great game to be raving about, but it's fun. People play it.
And it's free.
It gained a bunch of money out of nowhere because of the huge following with the younger audience.
Yeah, buying the little packs,
right? And so other companies see that, and now they're all trying to jump on the gravy train. It's the gold rush. They're like, oh, this is what's popular, battle royale mode. All right, cool. Let's all do it now. And then they end up throwing away the masterpieces they created.
But the thing about that model is not gonna last. It's just gonna be a fad.
Yeah, it's a phase, bro. It's just a phase.
Because once people realize, especially the parents that are, spending money for Fortnite, and once they realize how much that's not much of a game, and they're just giving money for little things like dances, guns, whatever,
cosmetic items, outfits, and costumes
that should be free and earn when you play a game because it's all video game.
Mm-hmm.
Once you realize how much they're spending on those little things, they'll be like, nah. When they make a new game, they'll be like, nah, my kids are not playing that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nah, we're staying away from that. I spent way too much money on this fucking game.
Yeah,
exactly. And I even see it happening with Red Dead too for their online. Like the other day, they just released the beta for their battle royale mode. I was like, what is this? Come on, Rockstar. Don't do this.
I want to see the charts for that.
Don't do this.
I want the charts for that. I'm curious.
What, all for their items and...
No, the charts for the number of players that actually went into the battle royale beta.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I'm going to have to look that up.
It might spiked up for an hour or so and then
drop. Because the online itself really isn't doing that good. Because for some reason, when I play the online on that game, not to get too far off track, but it just feels empty. It's like there's something missing from the environment that you don't get when you're playing in the story mode. Like in the story mode, it's a living, breathing world. But online, it's not like that. It's pretty dead. It's like you're in this vast open plain.
Is it Red Dead?
On to the next topic.
Oh, Jacob was not here.
Jacob wasn't here. We got somebody filling his spot today. Was it Red Dead? Jesus Christ.
Next.
But yeah.
But
anyway,
yeah, just to tie it together, I see them falling in that trap with the cash cow gold rush. They're all just kind of heading towards the hills because that's where the money is. And then once it's all dried up and there's nothing there, it's like, all right, back to where we were.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah, let's go back to what made us money in the first place.
The only thing that's not gonna go away is DLC and updates and stuff like
That's
that.
not going to change. That's
not gonna change.
That's already like established.
Yeah,
it's a thing now, so we can't get away. Now it's just more so. All right, if you're gonna make us buy extra for the game, make it worth it.
Extra,
right? It has to be extra. Give me something like a whole story or something.
So buy Spider-Man.
Buy Spider-Man.
Good deal. It's a good deal.
Good deal. Good DLC. Buy The Witcher.
That too.
I'm sorry. You remind me of Spider-Man. I just want to say one small thing for the Spider-Man video game. They said that they were going to. I think it was just like a joke rumor, but they said that they was like for the next game. If they were going to make the next game, they were going to add the costume for the Japanese Spider-Man.
From the old series. When it jumps out the watch. Spider-Man.
So, please
that'd
buy
be funny. I hope they do that.
Buy it.
That
Support good games.
Support good games.
Please.
Better value.
Because then we'll get good stuff like that.
Right, yeah. They'll keep treating you.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's right.
All right, cool. Quickfire time. Pew, 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 pew. So let's jump into it. Star Trek 4 canceled. They're not gonna continue the movie franchise.
So probably did
for mostly sounds like.
Place.
What'd you say?
So probably did it in the first place. I thought it was dead.
No. I mean, the last movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I enjoy these Star Trek remake films. Yeah, because I've never been a Trekkie fan anyway. But like these movies kind of got me into it. But from what I'm hearing, I guess it's mostly money with the stars and the actors, and like it's like, all right, you trying to cut the check, but you still want me? Nah, that don't work that way. Either you gonna pay me more or I walk. What up?
No, that and I think it's all the movies that have been coming out in the last few years too that have been overshadowing Star Trek, like Star Wars, and all the Marvel movies, all the DC movies. Like nobody is like, oh, let's go watch Star Trek. It's not. I haven't seen any of them.
No, you haven't seen them. They're pretty good. They're not bad. They're entertaining.
No.
They're entertaining.
And then I think wasn't J.J. Abrams supposed to direct 4, and then I think he dropped to direct Episode 9 for Star Wars.
For Star Wars.
And then what?
Yeah, he's going from Star Trek to Star Wars.
Damn.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
And then they ended up hiring this other lady, I forgot her name now, to direct it, and then she dropped it to direct the Game of Thrones prequel movie. So
they're doing a Game of Thrones prequel?
Yeah, come on, you late.
What? I'm all over the place. But
and then Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth didn't want to take the pay cuts, and you kind of need them.
Yeah, because you're like the main.
They're the main
characters.
And they didn't want to recast
Captain Kirk.
So that's why they canceled it.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like you said, the money, like beyond apparently like I think it was the third Star Trek film, it didn't do well financially.
Yeah.
So like investors kind of were like, nah. So they pulled out and they didn't have a lot of money. So they started to do like low budget. And like you said, Chris Pine and Hemsworth, when they first signed up, they were agreed to like this big blockbuster and money. But then Paramount was like,
because that was the thing. That was
about
the thing
that.
About that.
That was the thing about that movie, is that at the time where it first released, the first one, there was not really the superhero movie craze like we had before. It was only Iron Man 1.
Right, yeah, there's only a few other little movies.
And a few other movies here and there, right? So at the time, they were going to do that because it was more hype, because everybody's, oh, we like Star Trek, and there's nothing else to watch, so, might as well, right? And so, but now, after when the second one came out, Into the Darkness, what came out? Iron Man 3. What other movie? What other superhero movie? The Avengers.
The Avengers was out around
The Avengers came out already.
Yeah, the first Avengers.
So at that point, people were losing kind of interest in Star Trek, and plus there were no Star Trek TV shows. Right,
to kind of play off of it.
Yeah,
to keep the fans interested.
So without no TV shows or something to to be keeping the hype or whatever, they just lost interest. Because now they have a TV show. There's
now there's a Star Trek,
which is really good.
Oh, you started watching it? Has it started yet?
Yeah, there's like one episode. I only saw a
Okay.
little bit. It's all right. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's like other, traveling,
right
looking for stuff.
Space adventures.
Space adventures.
Oh, and I was
What's
gonna
that?
say I think it was S.J. Clarkson, like the first female writer that was gonna be on Star Trek, like to direct it.
Oh,
she
okay.
left, like you said.
Yeah,
so
Oh,
she did.
okay. All right.
And so everybody kind of was like, nah. Everybody disbanded.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
It's superhero movies, man. Superhero movies and Star Wars are taking over.
They're taking over.
Yeah.
So
Goodbye,
everything
Moon
else-
Man.
But I don't know, because Star Wars is on the decline.
Oh yeah.
So
After the Last Jedi.
So I think they
After
could
the
have.
Last Jedi, Solo did terrible.
Oh yeah.
They could have. They
'Cause
could
everything's
have.
boycott.
Yeah, because everybody's boy. That's another story.
They could have revived.
I can
Star
talk
Trek.
about Star Wars for hours.
So can I. Let's keep going.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying since that happened, they could have revived Star Trek.
Yeah,
That could have been a good opening
That
to-
could have been their
You're right.
opportunity to kind of jump out there.
Yeah, be like, oh, they fucked it up, huh? Well, we in Star Trek, we never fucked up.
Right.
They
Yeah.
never do. So they should have. They should have
You're
done that. They should have capitalized. So.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Well,
It
it's
is what it
canceled.
is.
It is what it is.
Yep, that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, next on the list, Zombieland 2 coming out. What else is gonna say?
I guess so.
I guess it's
guess so.
happening. I mean, have you guys seen the first
Yes,
Zombieland?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's entertaining. It's funny.
It's funny.
That's fine.
And I think in the when I was reading it up, I think they said Bill Murray's coming back.
Yes,
As a zombie.
He's gonna still come back as a zombie. Okay, so Bill
They're
Murray's
gonna-
gonna be in it, and somebody else is joining him.
Dan Aykroyd supposedly.
Dan
Aykroyd
Supposedly hinted
So-
that he
so-
may be in it. So Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray.
So Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters,
Zombies.
Zombieland edition. What's
Will
up?
Will Smith be in there?
Boy, get
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere.
I'm assuming now.
Right, he's starting to be like The Rock. Now he's gonna be in everything you think of. He's gonna have Will Smith coming back, full effect, y'all. Big Willie style. Oh boy, but yeah. So Zombieland. I mean, it's one of those dark humor type movies with zombies and they're running around. It's apocalypse. You know, everybody's getting eaten and killed, and there's like a rule handbook that they put together that you always follow. You know, when dealing with zombies. So I guess this was the same thing. You know, run around killing more zombies.
Well, they also mentioned, because I read it, that supposedly they're going to be dealing with evolved zombies, because it's been 10 years since the last movie. So
Oh shit! Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting, and they're going
That's
to be
gonna be
meeting
cool.
survivors, and they're going to have the original cast. So that's going to be
All the original cast members.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
So that should be
Will
interesting.
Harrison's gonna be eating Twinkies and,
Woody
and say it's gonna be carnage.
Whoa.
Well, hold on, that's the wrong movie.
It's gonna be with his red hair. He's gonna have the red hair. It's from the Venom movie. If you haven't seen Venom at the end,
Terrible.
that's the little tidbit for the next Venom movie. But yeah, that's gonna be funny. Have his cowboy hat, his snakeskin cowboy hat with the red hair popping out under it. Well, I don't know. That's cool. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the first Zombieland.
Yeah, that was fun.
Over the top action and gore and humor and finding different ways to kill the zombies is always entertaining. It's kind of like what's that game? Dead Rising,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like the Dead Rising games.
it's pretty much that, Rising.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. A better version of their movie rendition. Oh god, that was fucking awful. I don't know if y'all ever seen. There is a Dead Rising live action.
I heard, never seen it because
Don't bother. It's very, very
I
bad.
feel like I should see.
I think Miles saw it and mentioned it too one time, and yeah, no, it's not that great. Don't even waste your time. Yeah, Capcom. Capcom in movies don't really do too well.
Yeah, let's talk to Rob Van Dam.
Street Fighter, the best, worst film ever. Oh boy.
Hell and Lightning.
Oh my god, don't get me on that Street Fighter movie. Next, Quickfire. They're making another goddamn Batman movie.
All right,
Well,
it's
they're
not,
talking
it's
about
not
it.
been that long.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Bro,
look,
we get a Batman
there's two
movie.
different franchises.
Okay.
The 90s one with Tim Burton and, what's his name? Schumacher? Or Shoemaker?
Schumacher, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Schumacher.
So they had, it had the dark, with Michael Keaton and then the bat nipples at the end. And then,
George
and then we
Clooney.
had the Christopher Nolan, which is
Mhm.
3. And then that's it. That's all the Batman we got.
Well, as far as solo
movies,
Batman
and movies, yeah, solo movies.
So yeah, it's been a while.
And now we're establishing a universe.
So we got to get
And
another
so we
solo.
need to have a Batman who could be with the universe with Superman and whoever.
Gotcha. No, it makes sense. I just don't want them to do the whole origin.
No, because they already did it with
the Batman versus Superman. Yeah. You're right. They did show it.
Unless they're scrapping that whole universe and restarting it.
But that's the thing. Is Ben Affleck still going to be Batman?
That's the thing. They announced that movie, but they not announced that Ben Affleck's coming back.
I heard it was...
No, he did drop. But they said, like, they just don't have an actor to play that. They're just going to... Right. They have a movie.
But weren't they trying to hint at Jake Gyllenhaal was going to play Bruce Wayne? But now he's doing Spider-Man. Yeah. He's going to be Mysterio in Spider-Man, so we know he ain't going to be Batman now. I don't think, at least, right?
He should.
So you had something with that, Cleve?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard some tidbits here and there, but I heard that supposedly it's going to be like a film noir or something like that. It's going to take him... I don't know if that makes sense.
Batman
like
Year
a detective,
One?
I know, right? Like a detective...
Yeah, something like that, but it's not going to be on based off that. It's weird. It's going to be like a younger version of him. Something like that.
Like Gotham.
I'll say that.
Batman Year One.
Batman Year One.
Gotham, he's not even Batman. He's still a little kid. They're like, I want to avenge people. Right. But I can't do anything because I'm a child.
Still trying to figure himself out. Gotcha. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I like Batman. I'm not against it.
Yeah,
I'm just curious as to where they're going to take it. I hope they don't give us what we've always gotten. They give us something new and different, but don't make it, like, cheesy. Like, if they're going to go with this noir thing, like, I don't know how that's going to go. Like, I don't know how I feel about a Batman film like that. And then how will it fit into the current DC
the universe. Because if they're going to do that, then it's its own sort of universe in itself.
Right, and I kind of hate when like they do these like standalone hero movies away from what the main cinematic films are giving us, because then it kind of throws you off a little bit, and you're like, all right, well, when was this? Why is this movie? Like with the Venom film, it doesn't really tie into the Marvel universe, and so like, all right, it's its own standalone, but okay. Yeah. Thanks, I guess. And
wow, 2000?
And then the Joker movie's gonna be coming out. So
there's no Batman in that one.
Supposedly there's no Batman in that one, right? But I don't know how that happens because he creates the Joker, right? Batman's kind of the reason the Joker exists.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're doing these villain
origin
stories.
Supposedly they might tie the two movies together. Like I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's 100%.
For the Batman solo?
Yeah, the Batman solo, the Joker movie, supposedly.
Oh, I think it's just people just speculating.
That's just speculation.
Yeah, just people speculating.
Nah, there's no tie-in. That's just one series.
There's nothing out there yet. We just have to wait and see what news kind of comes through the grapevine. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Yeah. It's just Batman. It is what it is. He's been rewritten so many times. So at this point, hey, whatever you give us, we'll just take it.
It's Batman. What else can you do?
Yeah, exactly. Next, the Umbrella Academies. So this is a Netflix thing happening.
It's a Netflix original, which is based off a comic book.
Okay.
By
Gerard Way from MCR.
From MCR. All right.
My Chemical Romance?
Yes. Yeah, he wrote the comic book.
I'm dead serious.
He wrote the comic book that Jamal was reading. The one he gave me. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
and he's really good at writing, from what I've heard. Like that,
yeah, he's
really good, and he won an award for the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, he won a Will Eisner Award for the writing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's a talented writer.
Dude,
That's good.
I said My Chemical Romance as a joke.
No.
And she's like, I'm
dead serious.
I'm
dead serious.
Let me tell you
MCR.
this.
What do you think MCR stands for?
Like Michael Keaton Robert. I
First of all, Keaton's not spelled with a C. Keaton's with a K.
In America, it could be whatever it wants to be.
I'll tell you this. When I was reading, because I didn't read Umbrella, I know what it is. I know the property. Mm-hmm. But Doom Patrol, I was like, oh, there's a new Doom Patrol. Who's writing this? And I heard that the dude from My Chemical Romance, the lead singer's writing. I'm like, what? The fuck? I read that shit. And I read it. Like, I really like this.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So that's cool then. That's what's up. So for this series, the Umbrella Academy, what is it like?
It's like
just give us an idea.
What I could tell, it's like an organization like what's that other movie, The Kingsman?
Okay, like The Kingsman.
It's like Kingsman, but like Doom Patrol, because they have like a monkey. There's a talking monkey. They have like a Frankenstein. They have a bunch of creatures and people with psychic abilities and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's pretty much umbrella.
Gotcha. So like a group of like weird monster-esque type
People,
agency.
Yeah.
Kind of like Hellboy situation.
Kind of like Hellboy, yeah.
And they send them out to control whatever other monsters or creatures that pop up and keep it under wraps.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Okay, that seems cool. I definitely have to check that out. There's a trailer or something for it?
Yeah, there's a trailer.
All right, I have to look that up.
My only problem is that they lost the opportunity to make it into an animation. That's just no, it's not.
Oh, it's gonna be live action?
This is just me. This is just like my personal, I guess, opinion. But like when I saw like pictures of like the comic or whatever, and then I saw like the actual trailer, I'm like, this could have been an animated show.
Yeah, because like the comic, I think it's from Image Comics, and it's the characters are so fun looking.
Yeah, they're very stylized and really cool.
It's very Tim Burton-esque, like the way he draws. It has a little bit like that style, but it's fun. Dark.
it's fun, dark. Okay. Yeah. So missed opportunity to do an animation. I don't know, but who knows with that? Maybe it might have been too much to get a studio.
Probably.
Yeah.
Time consuming because like, all right, now we got to get them to animate it, bring it together. But we'll see. And everybody else is doing live action adaptations of comics.
Especially since Netflix is losing, those other comics.
Right, since Marvel's going bye-bye. So I guess now they got to kind of fill that void.
Because they have that, and there's another one that's based off a comic.
Which one? There's another show coming out on Netflix?
Yeah, I forgot his name. I think it's called... Starts with a P.
I think I remember seeing you
send
that trailer to us in the group chat.
Yeah.
Pulp something, I don't know.
Pulp.
I just said Pulp. But yeah, so they're trying to find something to fill that space. Because eventually, no more Marvel, no more new... Well, nothing new at least.
But you know what? They could do Image Comics. They could do Saiga. They could do...
Yeah.
They could do all these other great little titles that nobody knows about.
Yeah, a lot of the underground stuff or the lesser known comic book series and heroes. Shit, I'll even want them to do like a Spawn or something. Get the Todd father in there. He got his movie he's putting together, so why not throw in a Spawn TV series, right, on Netflix or miniseries?
Bring it back.
That'd be cool. I'm still looking at this thing. I'm trying to see if I can find it. But besides that, while I'm looking that up, what's next on our list here? Oh, since we're talking about shows, Loki live action. So there's another one.
Loki
for Disney's streaming service, the one that's killing everything.
They're trying to lure you in.
What's that?
They're trying to lure you in with some Loki.
For all you Loki fans.
Oh, boy, they're going to get that service quick.
Polar, that's it. Polar. I found
Polar,
it. Yeah, that was it, right?
Yeah.
Polar. So that was the other show you're talking about. Okay, so we'll check
Polar
that out.
Express?
Boy. Polar Express. We're going to have a train drifting. Tokyo drift through the ice on the water. So with this Loki live action show, I mean, what are we expecting from this? Is it just going to follow his story? Apart from Thor, does this have anything to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
That's the problem.
That's what I want to know.
That's my concern. If it does, I might have to
watch it.
Yeah, like a prequel to...
Don't give Disney money.
Don't give them more money than they already taken from us.
Well, my understanding is that it's a miniseries. It's apparently going to be, narrated by Tom Hiddleston, but he may not actually be in the show itself. There's going to be like a younger version of him.
That's what I was going to say. So it must be like him growing up in Asgard. So like the adventures of Thor and Loki kind of situation.
So we see all the funny jokes like he turned. One day my brother turned this snake, and I love snakes, and he came and he popped out and he stabbed me. He's like, hello! Yeah, we're going to watch that?
Right, yeah. All his little stories that Thor tells about his brother. Probably, and then show like how Odin found him because he was after they killed off the frost giants. Yeah. And he was an orphan. He was like, well, now I feel bad. I kind of killed your parents. I'll take you in. You'll be my baby. And just kind of raised them and used whatever magic.
The theme song starts.
It just takes them in. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much the storyline about that.
It's gonna be a comedy or a drama? Because if it's based
a
on
dramedy.
A dramedy.
I mean, that's the thing. Drama comedies. Yeah, drama,
it should be a sitcom. Loki and Thor.
They go on their wacky adventures together.
Because after watching, what's the last movie with Thor, Thor Ragnarok? It's like you can't make a serious movie with them talking very dramatic Shakespearean because they already done with that.
Right? Yeah, that's kind
of. Nobody didn't really like. Not to say it was a terrible movie, but nobody really liked like the second movie.
Oh, the Thor.
Yeah.
What was Dark World?
Dark World.
Yeah, it didn't get a lot of good reviews.
Because because it was still sticking with brother. You found it, blah blah. And you're trying to be like that, all serious.
Right, kind of that old English scripting.
Yeah, and like it's like, who cares, man? Who cares? You fight this monster.
Give me blood and action, goddammit! I don't give a fuck about all this.
Yeah, so how are they gonna do it? Are they gonna stop, or are they gonna
somehow
reintroduce it?
Probably so. That's what I'm thinking. They're gonna go back to like Thor 1 and 2 and kind of follow that story. I mean, because it's all gonna take place in Asgard, so they have to go that story route, the more fantasy type. You know what I mean, with gods and deities and
God and monsters.
Right, monsters and whatever adventures they go on together. So, I don't know. I guess something we'll kind of keep on the back burner, keep an eye out for it, see how it goes. So my next question is, who's going to get this Disney streaming?
First of all, they haven't named a price yet.
So we can leech. We can leech off one account.
they said it's going to be cheap.
They say it's going to be cheap.
But I don't see no price.
What's cheap? What's Disney cheap?
They said they were going to be less than Netflix, supposedly.
That's big supposedly.
How much is DC charging for their
I don't even know
streaming service?
Yeah, like
I don't know. You watch it for free.
I don't think they can charge that much because they don't have as much content as Netflix does. Because Netflix has content from everywhere.
No. DC has a lot. They have.
No, they do, but it's DC.
It's
Disney
just
is
right.
Disney.
Right.
You get me? So like
Right.
they can't charge. I don't think they could. I mean,
Right, it's all about the comic book heroes. There's nothing else
right.
really going on there.
They
So
put bad boys in there.
right.
I mean, it's not Warner Brothers.
I mean, with Disney, at least they got some, some leeway with it because they got the animations, they got the shows, they got this, they got that.
Mm-hmm.
So they got more variety. I mean, not as much as Netflix, of course. Netflix got damn near everything you could think of as far as categories are concerned. Whatever you like, you can find something on Netflix you'll enjoy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of limited with the other streaming services.
Except for Serbia films.
So I mean, it makes sense if they charge a little less. If they do, like, we don't know. They haven't thrown out not that I know of. I haven't seen a dollar amount yet.
Have they thrown out a release date?
Oh!
Throw a release date?
No release date.
No, I'm gonna look and see. I don't think Disney is steady dropping. Studio falling apart, y'all.
I'll see myself out.
So let's see your Disney streaming service cost. I'm gonna see if it gives me anything.
$200.
Come on,
yeah, right. Let's see. But then now, if they do their streaming service, what's gonna happen with their like cable network stuff?
They
like,
still have cable network.
That's still gonna go, right?
Yeah.
So they'll still have like Disney XD.
They advertise it all the time, like, hey, there's a new show coming out. You can watch it earlier before we premiere it. Go to our Disney app. Jesus. All right.
I mean, if anything, I guess they'll like have all the episodes on the streaming service, but like have like new episodes come out, but not like what's it? Like what's that word?
Well, what, reintroduce?
No, not reintroduce. Just like showing the show over and over again. The
Reruns.
You don't reruns the episode. Like if you want to watch it, you just watch on the.
I think that's the one thing they don't do anymore. It's reruns of like shows. Oh, yeah. They just like show it once and then they're like, oh, that's it. They take it out.
Yeah.
Except for Phineas and Ferb.
Because that's their cash cartoon.
That's their cash cartoon because that's the only cartoon they got.
That's really good. So what you got?
So a release date, but not a cost. They still haven't. The CEO, what's this guy's name? Bob Iger or something.
Bob Iger.
Igor. He hasn't said anything yet.
Now will I?
September of this year is when supposed to be the launch date for their Disney Plus or whatever it's gonna be called. Yeah. So that's the release date that I'm finding here, but no price. And then they haven't announced any like releases for overseas as of yet when their release date comes.
The whole thing is a mystery.
Yeah, everything is a mystery.
They're gonna leave it to the end.
Yeah. They leave it to the end and they hit you with the $. Bam.
They're gonna do
$50 a month.
$50 a month. God damn, $50.
That's right. You wanna pay for it. You wanna watch all your superheroes.
Yep, exactly. You want it, don't you? You wanna watch these movies, don't you?
It's about all these Blu-rays before that shit comes out, man.
Exactly.
They'll do a little stipulation. Oh, we'll release them here before the Blu-ray. Like, damn, Mickey, why?
Yeah. You already know it. They'll release them on there to get more people to watch it before they release the DVD. Trust me, they got their ways. They'll find a way. They'll get you.
They got so many tools up their sleeves, man.
They do. I don't put nothing past them.
That's their new corruption is entertainment.
Exactly.
Forget throwing toxic waste in the water. It's entertainment. They're taking away from us.
Exactly. Just pull it off of your shelves, kids. That's it. That's ours. We control the world. Big Disney net.
It's gonna happen.
Yep, it is gonna happen.
Sky Disney,
not Skynet. Disney net.
Disney net.
All right, well, that's pretty much it. That wraps it up. That was a pretty quick podcast.
Yeah.
That was how podcast was supposed to be.
I want 2 hours of my podcast. I want the meat, the potatoes, the vegetables, the dessert.
It's been a slow news day.
You're getting the McDonald's version.
It's a slow news day.
Yeah,
so.
meat and cheese.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So that's it. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Hey, episode 9. Next time we'll be in the double digits.
Yep.
Episode 9. Quick in a hurry.
Quick in a hurry.
20 minutes.
No, episode 10 is gonna be 40 hours.
Oh yeah, well that's gonna be the anime.
40 hours.
That's
Anime
right.
update. Get ready, kids.
Places to be. That's my work week.
Anime update.
We're gonna throw champagne. Like 10 episodes.
Hello, peasants, and thank you for listening to SiXFramesPodcast. You can email us at SiXFramesPodcast@gmail.com. SiXFramesPodcast@gmail.com. Come check us out on our YouTube channel and make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to get notified. You can also find us on Podbean and follow and rate us on Apple Podcast. Also, join us on our social media platforms. It's SiXFramesPodcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Goodbye, humans.